Cloud computing dates to the 1960s. The phrase originates from the cloud symbol used to the flowcharts and diagrams to symbolize the internet. But my theory is that it exists because it is easy to draw a cloud like this rather than drawing a network topology diagram. This image you can see is the image of internet topology of autonomous systems. This image shows a graph of 19,869 autonomous system nodes joined by 44,344 connections. As internet is made up of autonomous systems, each system is a network operated by a single organization and has routing connections to some other number of autonomous systems. But seriously, there are a number of reasons, but the main one is that in the same way that a normal cloud is a dense cluster of water molecules that appear as a single object from a distance, a cloud computing is a dense cluster of computers working together in such a way that to a normal person they all appear to be one giant computing resource. So in short, that's the cloud. Meaning of this is that cloud computing is the delivery of computing services including databases, servers, storage, networking, and intelligence over the internet to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of the scale. Some of the examples are Dropbox, Google Drive, most of the data is saved in Google Drive, OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, Amazon Web Services, Adobe Creative Cloud. Not all clouds are the same and not one type of cloud computing is right for everyone. Several different models, types, and services have evolved to help offer the right solution for your needs. The first type is public cloud. It is like a bus, everyone can ride on it. Public clouds are owned by a third party, cloud service providers, which deliver their computing resources like servers, storages over the internet. So Google Drive, Gmail are the common examples of public cloud. The second type is private cloud. It is like a car owned by a single person. It refers to the cloud computing resources used exclusively by a single business or organization. The example of it is the internet system of UET that it can only be used by the UET students and not be used by students other than UET. Now let's move to the third type, that is hybrid cloud. It is a combination of both public and private clouds, bounded together by technology that allows data and applications to be shared between them. It is also like a rented private taxi. Example of this is Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, etc. The number one benefit of cloud computing is its cost. It is the biggest benefit of cloud computing. It helps you to save substantial capital cost as it does not need any physical hardware investments. Also, you do not need trained workers or employees to maintain the hardware. The second benefit is high speed. It allows you to deploy your service quickly in a fewer clicks. This faster deployment allows you to get the resources required for your systems within fewer minutes. The third benefit is reliability. It is reliable. It makes data backup, disaster recovery, and business continuity easier and less expensive. The fourth benefit is unlimited storage capacity. As you can see, most of the cloud service providers provide 15 GBs or 10 GBs or 5 GBs of storage. But if you can buy, you can also buy unlimited storage on the internet. It offers limitless storage. At any time, you can quickly expand your storage capacity with very minimal fees, nominal fees. And the last benefit of cloud computing, but not the least, is security. It offers security. Many providers offer a broad set of policies, technologies, and controls that strengthen your security posture overall, helping you protect your data, apps, and infrastructure from potential threats. If you're using an online service to send an email, to edit documents, to watch movies on the Netflix or TV shows or listen to music or even you play games, you are using cloud computing, but you don't realize it's likely that cloud computing is making it all possible behind the scenes. More that cloud can do. It can store, backup, and recover data. It can test and build applications. It can use intelligent models to help engage customers. It can analyze data. It can create cloud native applications, and it can test and build applications. So what I learned from this course is concluded in this summary. That it is cloud computing is the availability of computing resources and services over the internet. It brings the user access to data and applications and storage that are not stored on their computer.